All right, everyone, it was the Mad Master here. I'm doing another video today, and this is about one of my most hated songs. I did a list months back. You know, there's countless hated songs that I have, you know, countless hated subgenres of music, but I wanted to talk about this today because I was in a Dave's Hot Chicken with my friend the other day. And Dave's Hot Chicken. I heard the song and I'm like, yeah, this is one of my most hated songs ever. And I was just thinking about it and I was like, it kind of triggered some things about why I hate it so much. So I posted it on social media as one of my cringiest songs ever. And that is Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts. And it's a song you've probably heard before. It's everywhere, you know, it's in music and, you know, at a grocery store or like, you know, on some radio station, some retro, you know, radio station or whatever. So I'm going to go into what the aspects of the song I really hate are and why it encapsulates something to me and symbolizes this thing to me, that this aesthetic that I hate so much. I can't explain why I hate it so much. There's probably songs that I like that have some of these same aesthetics. For the most part, no. It's very rare that I like songs with these aesthetics. Like, I'm not really a big fan of like roots rock, or Spin Doctors, you know, or a lot of jam bands. Like, some of them are okay, you know, and like this earthy kind of thing, you know, I'm not really into the earthy rock. In fact, music from the Big Pink, I always talk about like how it killed psychedelia, and it was like unfortunate that these bands like jumped on the bandwagon, with the sole exception of the Rolling Stones. I think when the Rolling Stones went more bluesy, or earthy, or folk country or whatever, I thought it actually worked because they had more of an edge to it. But some of these bands, just like Pink Floyd, most of the songs weren't like that. But when they added those to some of the soundtracks and some like metal, it's like, ugh, God, some of these songs are kind of mediocre. And I don't hate all of them because Pink Floyd is one of my favorite bands. But like when they did that, it was like, where's like the Sid Barrett acid tinged stuff, you know? So this Life is a Highway is like kind of this amalgamation of different aesthetics that are both 90s and 80s. So you have the gated reverb drums, sort of, the optimistic lyrics somewhat, and then God, I hate this song so much. And you have like also like harmonica, which is like Tom Petty, like later Tom Petty albums of the 80s, like the early stuff back in the early 80s, like, you know, Refugee and stuff, late 70s. I actually don't mind that stuff, or the duet with Stevie Nicks and stuff. I don't mind that old Tom Petty and Heartbreaker stuff as much. But once he's doing like, I mean, Running Down a Dream is okay because it kind of a little more distorted guitar. But, you know, when he started doing like Free Falling and songs like that, like, oh my God, this is just so cringe. What do you think? You're Bob Dylan and shit. You know, it's just like, my God, it's just so stupid. And I obviously understand people were trying to go more towards that at the end of the 80s, because the 80s were really fake in this way. Not as fake as now, but back then, like, oh, they have synthesizer, you know, we got to be pure and have acoustic guitars, and, you know. And even the Shredders were going that route, like, you know, like George Lynch and J.K. Lee, like playing bluesier stuff, Lynch Mob and Badlands, and, you know, Richie Kotzen came about and did more bluesy stuff, blues Saraceno, blues. I just spit. You know, all these people came around and they were playing like bluesier. I think even Vinnie Moore did like a bluesy album at like 91 or 90 or something. Like the Roots, the Earth Sign rock. We got to get back to the Earth, you know. Time enough for the Earth in the grave, like Conan the Barbarian said. No, it's kidding. That's fine. I like a lot of earthier stuff. That's fine. But when it's just the only thing around, or it's like it's the status quo and that's it, you know, exclusion of everything else, that's where I question things. So we had this whole period of time that was kind of presaged by Life is a Highway, because like these pop songs that came out, like, I wouldn't say Edie Brickell, and the New Bohemians, like their hits at around that time, like late 80s and stuff, were What I Am, Who You Are, or whatever. Or songs like that, like REM. Actually, I like REM is like an exception to me, because I like especially the early material. But they're into like psychedelic stuff. Let's get most of this. which is ironic because like they were like in some of the some of that stuff or B-52s or something. I'm not talking about that necessarily. I mean, REM probably does encapsulate some of that kind of rootsier, kind of folkier kind of rock, but like they did it in a way that this, like I said, there would be exceptions, okay? But this Life is a Highway is like the spritey kind of springy song that has these like kind of these funk stab guitar, dun, 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 and then the harmonica and like the just fucking like jam band bass kind of sort of like, but the lyrics and the fucking melody is just so terrible. And I'm like, it's like the fusion of the worst. Okay, I mean, the worst way of presenting the 80s thing with the worst of the 90s. So you could have that harmonica solo, like, what is this, fucking Blues Traveler? You're like, I was compared to the guy from Blues Traveler months back. I'm like, thankfully I've lost a few more pounds, I think, but you know, fuck that. John Popper. So this whole thing, this was like, I just realized this song is like encapsulates like everything I hate about like things that I would normally like about the 80s, but like taken to their extreme extent, like the optimism, the poppiness, the, you know, the catchiness and stuff, like in some ways, but it's like ushering in the 90s crapola that happened. I like plenty of the 90s stuff. I like plenty of the aesthetics of the 90s. I like plenty of things from the 90s, but I don't like it when it's just, you know, at exclusion of everything else. That's the only thing. So I like it. I like the music scene now. I wish music was more popular in general, but the music scene now is a lot more eclectic because, you know, I'll just give you an example. You know, you go to a you know, girl's house or something, and she'll be playing like Ozzy on her little fucking MacBook, but she's like into like Rihanna and ska or some shit, you know. I mean, people are a lot more eclectic. Younger people, especially younger than me, a lot younger than me. You know, they're a little bit more eclectic. They don't take music as seriously a lot of the time either. So that's a problem as well. So like, just giving you a few examples, you know, like early on, the women I dated, like they were more around my age. I mean, I've dated a metal girl too, but it seemed like a lot of them just like outright hated metal or very exclusively liked it. And then when they started dipping a little below my age, even like 7 years, you know, it's like, I like that. You play that for me again, you know, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, what does that have to do with Life is a Highway? Well, what I'm saying is like the music scene in the 90s was just so, it just rubs me the wrong way, like hearing that 90s thing come in, because I remember all that shit where, it sounds like Metallica, it sounds like hair metal if you play I even had a friend, like I did a slide on guitar. We were recording this Doom song, right? And I did like this pick slide. It's like, why is there a pick slide, man? It's like, it's 280s, man, it's 280s. I'm like, dude, I just play pick slides, I play slides, I play pinch harmonics. That's just the way it goes, man. Just don't use me then as a guitar player. You know? He's actually revised a lot of this stuff. This is a long time ago. But, you know, it's just like, it was stupid. But, you know, this whole thing about Life is a Highway, it's just like naivete of the 80s meets like the cringe of the 90s. And that's why I hate it. It's just like, I hate this song. It's, you know, it's an earworm, but it's more like an STI kind of worm, you know. STI. It's like an STI. It's like a gonorrhea. It's catchy, but it's just, I hate it. I hate hearing it at, you know, at the grocery store, at the mall, or at the fucking dentist or whatever. It's like such garbage. It's like hearing like latter-day Genesis. Like when I used to hate Phil Collins' Genesis because I used to hear it at the dentist all the time. Like the self-titled Genesis album that came out in the 80s. And I thought it was just kind of a dentist music. The second half, or maybe it's the first half that I do like, that has a little bit more of a proggy kind of thing. That second half with like some of the just terrible, you know. And Life is a Highway is that kind of like what is it called? MOR. It's not AOR. It's MOR. stuff. It's just like, ugh, it's like alternative too, like mixed together. It's like, I think it's like, it almost pre-stages Hootie and the Blowfish, like kind of stuff. Like, oh my God, just put on like Purple Rain, or like, shit, even fucking like a Virgin, for Christ's sake. I'd rather hear that than Life is a Highway. As far as pop goes, like the early 80s pop, the mid 80s pop, and this like Life is a Highway just ushered in the 90s, that harmonica. We got to go back to the earth. We can't have those spacey synthesizers in the song, or these choruses that were more harmonic, or natural minor. We got to have these like Mixolydian, whatever the fuck it is, these modes that they used in the 90s. And I hate it because it was beat over my head when I was at a formative age. So I got sick of it and I rebelled against it, obviously. I mean, I'm rebelling against it right now. And that's why I hate that song, because it makes me ill. It's too rooted in that era. That was kind of a shitty era. You listen to, I heard Wilson Phillips on the radio the other day. I'm like, this is bad. Like, it's pop, and it has a lot of the 80s. It sounds 80s, right? Sounds 80s. It's an inside joke with some people. It sounds 80s, but it has like this new thing that they're trying to do, like sort of creeping it. Not new thing, but it's just like recycled and into this bad, like it's like too earnest or something like that. It's hard to explain. But like, I hated that song. Like, Hold On, or One More Day. I'm like, oh my God, it's almost worse than Life is a Highway. But Life is a Highway is just a fun song to rebel against, because it's so fucking shitty, like so ominous. So I hate that song. I apologize to people that really like the song. I just thought it was a terrible song, and it just ushered in like bad alternative roots influenced pop, and it's just shite. But anyways, that's about all. Peace out.